morning.
Figured it out.
Hi, I'm Heather Rizzo,
And
and welcome to another episode of Joyful Living with Heather and Mary. I am a licensed body worker and holistic practitioner and one of the co-founders of the Joyful Healing Playground in Monona, Wisconsin. And I'm here with Mary Crawford.
Yes, I'm Mary Crawford. Yep, I am with the Joy of Being Well and also at the Joyful Healing Playground. And we are here to talk about doTERRA oils today.
Yeah, and before we do that, just another opportunity to give our disclaimer that we are not doctors. We cannot diagnose anything. Also, we are not here to make any claims of cure. That everything that we share are opinions, our personal experiences, and testimonials that we have heard. So today we're going to be talking about prevention as well as how you can speed your recovery if you do get a cold or flu this season. So aside from the basics of having good diet with whole foods, making sure you're getting good sleep, staying hydrated, and last week I gave the tip of wearing a scarf to make sure that your neck is protected from the damp, cold, and wind. Mary, what are some things that you do for prevention?
For prevention, okay, well, self-care is really important. So taking a nice warm bath, salt baths, to help you just get rid of any toxins that are in your body, making sure you're getting enough sleep. And ask your body, how much does it want? 7 hours, 8 hours, some cases 9 hours. Anything less than 7, though, your body's probably going to start really struggling with the immune system. Make sure you're drinking enough pure water. I like to add oils to my water to help cleanse the liver and the kidneys and keep the immune system really running well. So those are just a few tips. Any
products that you find helpful for prevention?
Well, we're going to go into a lot of that. I actually didn't bring down the On Guard Plus. Oh no. The one thing that I use all the time, the On Guard Plus. Well, here, first of all, there's this On Guard essential oil, and it's probably backwards for you looking at it, but it has some beautiful oils in it that have been proven over centuries to kill viruses, bacteria, and fungi. And you know, it's interesting that a lot of the respiratory things that we're getting, even in this time of year when it's so cold out, can be fungal related. Leaf mold and things like that that get into our lungs, sinus infections. So I use On Guard Plus especially, which has oregano, melissa, and black pepper added to the On Guard. Wipes out, I mean, we're talking really fast, wiping out. I can wake up in the morning with a sore throat, and by mid-afternoon I'm good, because I'll take an On Guard Plus every couple hours during the day. And
it comes in a little soft gel, so it's really easy to take.
Yeah.
Anything else that you use for prevention?
Well, this is my number one thing too. Well, I have two number ones. I have the On Guard Plus and I have the supplements. And the supplements are so cool because they have everything you need. They have actually been studied. They really hired a whole bunch of scientists to look into what our bodies actually need. Not too much, just the right amount. And they actually come with a guarantee. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee if your life doesn't change when you use these products. I mean, who else offers that? I mean, that's pretty amazing. And you can feel it when you forget to take them. You start, I mean, if you go a couple days without these things, you're going to start feeling a little bit draggy. And that vitality is so important for keeping your immune system strong. So there are 3 products. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. There's a basic vitamin and mineral product. There's the omega product. And the alpha CRS, which really has a lot to do with cellular healthy cellular mutation and development and die-off in the whole cycle. So there you go.
Yeah, and that's called the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and it's nice because it just comes packaged. And I was actually, while I was taking mine this morning, they say that it's good to do like a 90-day challenge, and I'm about my 4th month right now, and I definitely noticed the difference in taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and was thinking we could do an entire call on just the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So I think maybe for a future Yeah, January.
Yeah.
Start off the year with talking about good foundational health.
Yeah.
So, anything else for prevention?
Okay. Yes. Hand washing. Have you heard your mom talking about washing your hands? Or as a mom, are you trying to get your kids to wash your hands? This is really cool because it's a foaming soap dispenser and it has the On Guard oil in it. And it's easy to refill. And man, this stuff, it has aloe in it. So it leaves your hands feeling really soft. And it actually kills bacteria and viruses, like I said before, all that good stuff. And one more thing, I, again, love the On Guard oil. 1 or 2 drops of this in about 2 tablespoons of water. If you have a sore throat, gargle with it and then swallow it. Because in a couple hours you won't have a sore throat anymore. It'll be gone. Yeah,
it's pretty amazing. And what I find incredible about the On Guard line, and we're going to be talking more about some of the other On Guard products in a moment, but the fact that you can take it internally and you can use it for your hand soap as well. And I'm always a big proponent of using things that are safe, like
edible.
Edible, yeah. And it should go without any saying that the importance of hand washing. There's so many studies out about how critical it is to wash your hands, especially this time of the year when people are just more prone to be sneezing and blowing their noses. And anyway, well, anything else prevention-wise?
There's so much I could go into, but what do you have for prevention?
Yeah, so as I said, I really like the fact that not only is the On Guard safe to take internally, but use to clean things. I really like the concentrated cleaner. You don't have to use a lot of this, so a little goes a long way. And I use it as my multi-purpose cleaner in my house, and I use it in my office too to make sure that after each session that things are being sanitized for for my well-being as well as the well-being of my clients and anyone else that comes in the office. So I really love the cleaner. And then
no alcohol.
Yeah, the concentrate, no alcohol. And then I was talking before about the importance of hand washing, but sometimes you're out and about and it just, especially if you've got little ones and they're like, they're you know, kids are gross. Kids are so gross. And so I always have the On Guard hand mist in my purse, and I just think it's fantastic. And I know it's safe that after I spray her hands, if she does have a snack or whatever, or puts her hands in her mouth, that it's going to be okay. And it doesn't dry out your hands like a lot of other sanitizers can. So
there's an interesting story about this. When they first introduced this product, the hand sanitizer, they said, well, the FDA, told us that we had to put alcohol in it if we were going to call it a disinfecting hand sanitizer. There's a tiny bit of alcohol in there, but it's not the alcohol that sanitizes your hands. It's the On Guard essential oil that does the work. And it's, as we know, safe enough to drink. So
yeah,
safe enough to spray down the baby's feeding tray and hands and everything.
Well, there was a study that they talked about at convention about how they sprayed a service. You want to share a little bit about that?
So this was last year at convention. There's a number of scientists who are working with the oils, and one of them in the lab took On Guard oil, and I think she put 2 or 3 drops in a big 16-ounce bottle of water and sprayed a counter with it and let it dry overnight. And then the next day they came and they spread some really potent virulent viruses and bacteria on the counter, and then checked it. And within 24 hours, all of those were dead. They didn't do anything else to them, but they had sprayed the counter the day before with the On Guard, and it keeps working. So anything that you're doing in the kitchen, especially if you're handling meat products, don't use bleach on your countertops. Use the On Guard, because it's going to kill those bugs, and it's going to be safe enough to put your food down. There's a lot of other so-called safe countertop sanitizers that they warn you on the bottle, do not ingest. Well, we can say do ingest.
Right.
It's actually
we gargle with this stuff when you have a sore throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. The other thing that I often will have in my purse are these On Guard beadlets. And I actually use them as my breath mint.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a little kick to them, but they're just these itty bitty. This one's
It's a quarter drop.
Yeah. And you bite it, and I actually like to then rub it around my gums because it's good for your gum health too.
Mm-hmm.
It's got clove in it,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, I always have these in my purse. I also have them in my office and in my backpack and pretty much any bag that I have. So a little tip that I have is save the empty containers, because then when you get your new order, I split them. So then I have them all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
So
There's a story I wanted to share about, as we move into cold and flu season, sometimes people can get really sick. And I don't do any Western medicine, I guess I can say that, for cold and flu. Preventive, that kind of thing. But I know I have some friends and family who are really attacked by the colds and the flu, and one person was so sick with this croupy cough that he didn't sleep for days, and when he was coughing it sounded like he was just coughing his insides out, and he could not stop, and it was horrific. It was hard to even listen to, but
it was
I know
painful too.
You can actually get bruised ribs and everything.
Yep.
So I convinced him to let me use some oils on his back. And so what I did is I dripped On Guard and oregano and I believe lavender. And each time we used the aroma touch technique, where you put like 3 to 4 drops down the spine, and then you just use your fingers to kind of spread it with a little carrier oil, like coconut oil or something like that. And then you add the next one and spread it, and add the next one and spread it. Covered him with a warm towel and a blanket. He slept for like 2 hours. He just was out and woke up feeling like almost brand new. Just from that. That's how fast it worked. So I totally believe in these products.
Yeah. Yeah, so not only are they great for prevention, but if you do happen to get sick, it helps to speed recovery, which is fantastic. For recovery, I personally like the Breathe respiratory drops. So you mentioned the Breathe as well. So the On Guard line and the Breathe products are my two main go-tos if I do get something.
Yeah.
I'll do the gargling with the On Guard, and I'll swallow it too, just so it gets in my system, and that's like 1 drop for 4 ounces of water with that. And then the On Guard touch.
You gargle with 4 ounces?
Oh, I just keep, gargle and swallow. It's good for your, like I said, it's good for your gums.
Choke it up. Okay.
I would rather not have a sore throat. I can wake up and feel like I have golf balls.
Oh, I will gargle with it, but I put like 2 tablespoons of water in there.
Oh, I go all in.
Okay.
And then the other thing I like to do is I like to use a neti pot.
Oh yeah.
To flush out my sinuses. Even this time of the year, just from going with the cold outside to warmer inside, it can dry out your sinuses and cause them to get irritated. So if I start to feel a little bit of that post-nasal drip going on, or a little bit of tenderness, I will flush it. And then definitely, if I'm having an active cold, I will flush it out. Not to get graphic, but sometimes you'll get the discolored mucus, and it helps
graphic.
Just get that out of your system, because you don't want it getting into the rest of your respiratory system or into your throat at all.
And you know what works really well for sinuses is to put a drop of Breathe right along the sinus canal and even over the eye. Don't get it in your eyes, but you put the Breathe right here. Also, deep blue. If you have a really bad sinus infection, the deep blue on the sinuses, just a little bit, can wipe out the pain really fast. Yeah. So Breathe and deep blue. I've actually used, and I don't recommend this for everyone, but you have to see what works for you. But I've actually used a drop of Melaleuca in the neti pot salt water.
Oh, wow.
And the thing is to get the salt, to have enough salt in there to neutralize the, so make it feel smooth.
Yeah.
And I had no problem with it. So,
wow.
Experiment.
I don't want to get sick anytime soon, but I'll have to give that a try next time. Always learning something new here. Yeah, and then if you are sick, making sure that you're getting the rest that you need. I know sometimes people try to push through it, and sometimes it's best if you can, take that time to just rest. That's when your body can recover and rejuvenate, is when you're sleeping or even just being still. Staying hydrated. I personally really like coconut water because it helps with electrolytes as well. I use that not only for recovering when I'm not feeling well, but after workouts too.
Yeah.
And then please, if you are sick, sneeze or cough into your elbow, because I don't want to get sick. I don't want you getting anyone else sick. So just that common courtesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please stay home if you're sick.
Yeah.
Don't, there's a lot of places where you can, I know it's really hard. It's a hard thing, and I certainly don't judge anybody who feels they have to go to work. But if there's any way you can stay home, or, really take these tips to heart, because you won't believe how fast you recover. Yeah. And then there's less missed work. Your kids don't miss school as much. It can really change your whole winter experience by using these oils.
Yeah.
So.
Excellent.
I forgot to mention the toothpaste.
Yeah, so just really quickly, On Guard has this huge line. They have toothpaste. They just came out with the mouthwash, and I love the toothpaste. I just started using it, and they have done a study that shows that not only is it remineralizing, but it's natural whitening too. So I'm super happy with it. And again,
it's got On Guard in it.
It's got On Guard in it, and the mouthwash is alcohol free. And again, I'll gargle with the mouthwash before I spit it out. But I'm excited to see what my next dental appointment is like, since I've been using the mouthwash and the toothpaste. Yeah. And they have a laundry detergent too for On Guard. So this really comprehensive line. It's amazing to me.
It is. It's cool.
So there you go. There's a bunch of tips on prevention and how to speed your recovery. How about we talk about upcoming events that we have?
Right. The next event that we have is the 24th, which is Wednesday. We're going to do a introduction to the new doTERRA oils for lunch. So it's bring your lunch to the Joyful Healing Playground, which is, again, 6200 Gishholt Drive, right next to Shopco at Southtown. We're on the second floor. There is a lift if you need help getting up the stairs. But do, join us, bring your lunch. We have tea and water there at noon on Wednesday, and we'll be sharing the new oils with you and telling you the magical things that they can do for you, which I can't talk about here.
Right. And if you missed the evening class last week, you want to smell that great lotion that I was raving about in our last live, then come join us. Yeah. Beautiful. And next week, I'll be flying solo for our Facebook Live. I'll be here again, same place, same time, 12 Central. And I'll be talking more about the Kids Kit, because I love it, and I think it's fantastic. In fact, my kiddo snuck one of the oils into her backpack. I saw it, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just see how they're hers. Technically, they're hers, so we'll see how this goes. But she grabbed. And she's only 7, and she grabbed the Thinker oil and took it to school with her.
For focus.
So.
Excellent.
And I'll be sharing something that's been inspiring me. So that's next week, Monday.
And then there is another class coming up on Tuesday the 30th. And that'll be again at the playground at 6:30. And this is going to be just an overview of why would you want to use essential oils, and which ones might you use every day? What could be your favorites? So what and how of essential oils.
Excellent.
And let's see.
I think that's
it. More coming up after that, but
we'll save that for another time.
Oh, I am going to just mention just a teaser. On November 5th, I'm doing a class by myself here, and we're going to be talking about skincare, especially for winter, for cold, dry weather. So.
And that'll be your November 5th Facebook Live?
Yes.
I'll have to watch the replay, because I have another engagement. So I'll be solo next week for Facebook Live, and Mary will be solo the week after that. But
yep, see how that goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're good. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
thank you.
If you have questions, we will really get back and try to answer all of those. But thanks for being here.
Yeah, give us hearts, give us likes, and leave comments. And we hope you have a very happy, healthy day. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.